Hey guys, Midnight Fang here, and I have no idea what to do for my first video. And, well, I'm just gonna straight out say that for my first video, I'm gonna be doing, I think you call it a lap around a game. It's a game called California Speed for the N64, and I figured I would just make a quick video of that, like maybe give some commentary, talk, just some pretty basic stuff.
This looks filthy.
I think that's about as good as I'm going to get with a Samsung Galaxy before they even had the Galaxy One and a Dollar Tree phone stand that does nothing but N64. Okay. Okay, so what I've been wanting to get kind of in the online community for a while now, but I haven't quite known how to do it. And so I figured that I should just jump in. Originally didn't know if I should do California Speed or Sonic or what. Bring that down. Okay. Go ahead and hit race and single. And what track? Monterey, Silicon Valley, Highway 1, San Francisco, Central, Santa, San Diego, LA. 7 drones, light traffic, default settings. Cars, no. That looks like something I saw in a McDonald's parking lot the other day. The name of this one's actually 486 SC. Which, when I first saw this, it kind of struck me as weird because this game is like, I think it's like a 1992, I think it's a 1991 port, I'm not sure. But I actually have a dream of building a computer with a Cyrix 486 in it. Kind of like out of a story that I briefly started writing and probably won't ever get back to. That looks like, I don't know what. It looks like one of those Formula One race cars. And I dare say this looks like a Skoda Citigo. I dare say that looks like a Skoda Citigo. I mean, this has to at least look European. Why there's a golf cart in here, I'll never know. Then there's a convertible. Then this butt ugly thing. And a huge pickup truck. I played with all of these before on the different tracks at some point. And honestly, I think I would go for either the 486 SE car, that's the literal name of it, or this one, the Mercado, which I call Skoda, because in my opinion, it looks like a Skoda Citigo. I'm sure many of you have other opinions, like some of you may say it looks like a Honda or something else, but I have my opinion. It looks like a Skoda. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. They're entitled to their own, what does this thing look like? Then again, it's a 90s car. Then again, it's a 90s game, not a 90s car. Anyway, we're racing, so we want manual. Always want manual for racing. And I'm doing this on a retro Pi, so no Rumble Pack. Not that I would actually want it to begin with. Anyway, shift up. You know, I actually did a stream the other night, and it was a lot easier than I originally thought it would be. I mean, just kind of talked about weird bullshit. Or not weird bullshit, but whatever we were thinking of. If you're wondering, I'm just going to be talking, like, sharing some of my thoughts with you guys. So there's not really going to be, like, any kind of child filter. Which, it's not a good thing or a bad thing. It's not a good thing because some of you are probably going to say, oh, well, you shouldn't be saying that. I guarantee you there's always going to be that one person out there who makes a big deal of it. Not that I know anyone personally that does. Well, none of my friends do, but there's always going to be that one person out there who's just out there to ruin, you know? But it's also not a bad thing because whenever I'm talking to myself and musing out loud, usually my thoughts don't go. Usually they stay in a Family Guy limit. And I'm pretty sure all of you have seen Family Guy at some point. Went down a gear too far. I don't care if this is a 90s video game. The fact that everything is a 4-speed, whether it's a manual or automatic, it still bugs me. I don't know why, I just like 5-speed better. I don't know if it's the fact that it doesn't have a weird outlier on the shift. Like, if you look at a 5-speed gear shift, it's probably going, the diagram on it's probably going to look like an H with 3 vertical sticks. With 3 vertical strokes. Whereas a 4-speed, it's going to be an H with 2 vertical strokes, like regular H, but it's going to have an extra one jutting out to the side. I don't know why, that's always bothered me. And I'm just as reckless in this game when I'm recording as when I'm not recording. I should probably be glad that driving in real life is not like driving in video games, because if it was, I would not get very far. I mean, I rate myself an okay driver, but I will say there are people out there who drive better than me. I am by no means the best at anything, but I will at the same time say that I am pretty good. I'm also willing to take criticism. Wrong button. But I'm not willing to take just being bashed on. In fact, this time I want to go with that computer processor car, the 486 one. My fingers would. And this track is the Silicon Valley track. If you haven't ever heard of Silicon Valley, I have no idea how to explain it because I've never been to that side of the country. No, I almost want to try to. Oh, look at that. The little Skoda cars ahead of me. I played on modern consoles a few times in the past with some people who were, you could say, for a while might be friends or might have been friends, but they always turn around and did things like try to report me for harassment or all that shit. In fact, one of them even tried to get the cops called to me 4 times. That was a pretty endeavor. led to me having a panic attack, heart palpitations. So yeah, kind of pretty. But I'm not going to try to bore anyone here with my life, my life story. Just gonna talk and muse in front of a video game that I am very terrible at, as I'm pretty sure everyone watching this now knows. But I'm still in 4th gear, which is coincidentally high gear. And there's a little something behind me.
Checkpoint.
Okay. So I don't know what it is with me and retro stuff. I just love retro stuff better than I like modern stuff. Like retro gaming, retro computers, retro music. Hell, a lot of the stuff I love is from the 80s, and I don't know if that's weird for my age. But whatever the case may be, I'll take it at face value. And yeah, I'll just take it at face value. So, for the most part, I act like I'm straight out of the 1980s, maybe early 90s, but letting that fact be. And I think for this one, I'm going to I'm so caught up in my own habits and junk.
On your mark, get set, go!
I think what I'm gonna do is, well, honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do next because I'm the only one here who has 70, 75, 80 megabit internet. Everyone else in my neighborhood has like maybe 1 or 2 megabits. Which I really can't stand. I've got a friend who lives in Costa Rica to thank for that, because he showed me Arch Linux and some software and how to code a driver. Honestly, all that stuff, I still get a little bit of a kick out of it sometimes when I'm thinking what everyone else is sitting on around here. They're all sitting on old phone lines. I'm sitting on an LTE connection. I mean, at the end of the day, it just boils down to, can you do it? Can you read? It's like, can you read? Can you do it? Can you break things down? I feel like I sound condescending, but this is just what's on my mind. I mean, yeah, it looks daunting. In fact, I'm not going to lie. I love computers, and despite knowing a lot about them, they are still very daunting. Then again, what isn't in this day and age? Everything has to be broken down. And a lot of times, that isn't factored in, that it should be broken down, and maybe swapping to the high gear would help me with my speed a little bit. I don't intend on winning any of these. In fact, I intend on getting up in a few minutes at the very most, because my leg is starting to fall asleep. I mean, even take a look at my favorite cars. either the Yugo or the Porsche 944. Look at what decade both of those were made in. The 1980s. Why am I drawn to 80s stuff? I don't know. I really don't know why I'm drawn to 80s stuff. I mean, even what I'm recording this on is from several years ago. It's an old smartphone that's kind of pushing to do 720p on Android 2 point something. Yeah, I'm not gonna win this. But it's... You know what, I think I might just record... Or not. You know what, I think I might just do another lap and test out a few thoughts. But one thing I'd really, really like to see YouTube do is bring back their old YouTube that they used to have in the 1980s. This is probably going to look washed as crap even after I upload it, but I'm not really. I really don't care because I really just don't care. It's going to look washed. I mean, it's not like I'm doing this. It's not like I'm doing this for a school project or anything. That's something that my future depends on. So if the color's a little washed, so what? I'll actually use this phone to take pictures of a glossary in a high school class one time, just so I wouldn't have to constantly flip back and forth to find terms in an economics class. Looking up and copying down terms. While that may help some people, it sure as hell didn't help me. Why? What's the point of copying? What's the point of hand copying it? I mean, especially if you have to turn in for a grade. Then the teacher can't even read it if I'm the one that wrote and turned it in. The teacher can't read it, even if the teacher does know what alphabet I wrote it in. That's a funny story too. I actually do find the Russian alphabet. They use the Cyrillic alphabet. I actually find that very interesting to write in, so I found a transliterator online and basically took all of their letters and turned them into their English equivalents and back, and it's pretty fun to write in. You just take it, memorize it the best way you know how to, and then sit back in awe at the monstrosity you've just made that no one other than you will probably ever be able to read. It's kind of funny. Then again, I mean, it is kind of funny because it's like you're making your own writing system that no one's going to do anything with and can understand. Honestly, I know some people in the world that it makes it very mad when they don't know what I'm writing or doing, because I know something they don't, even if it's not for their eyes at all, and they should just get over it. Which honestly, people like that who don't know that something a person does is not for them, and they're so obsessed with it, it just pisses me off. I mean, if it's not being given to you to read or look at or anything, leave it the hell alone. That's literally all there is to it. Just leave it the hell alone. Leave them the hell alone.
On your mark.
I mean, it's not like they're going to be doing something terrible, usually at least. And no, it's not a bad controller. It's my fingers. I'm a little jittery. I just had a lot of caffeine. I swear, this thing sounds like a lawnmower, actually.
Checkpoint.
I don't know how, but this is actually helping relieve a lot of stress. That or it's the fact that no one else is home right now. And I should probably be sleeping if it's the latter. But yeah. I don't know how, but this is actually helping relieve stress, I believe. Not going to take that other ramp this time. Although I do kind of wish I had a Yugo and I could try to... I do wish I had a Yugo and could just... A Yugo and an abandoned 50-mile long stretch of highway that I could fix up, and a Porsche 944 from '83. I'd want the Yugo 5-speed. I'd want the Yugo to be 5-speed manual instead of 4-speed, but it is what it is.
Checkpoint.
And just race them, then just race them. If it's just me, if I'm the only one there, I'll just time myself in either car and go see how long, see which one I can push to be faster. Odd thing actually is I usually don't. Odd thing is I can actually get by without a tachometer in a car. If it's a manual, I can usually get by without a tachometer.
Checkpoint.
That's kind of an odd thing for someone as young as me. I mean, let alone the fact that that I would rather drive a manual alone instead of an automatic for someone as young as me. That is kind of something you don't see nowadays. That's kind of weird, but it's not a problem actually. In fact, if I can get behind the wheel of a manual transmission car and if I get behind the wheel of a manual transmission car, get up and go for it, I would. Well, this has been me rambling for 23 minutes, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.